Hey guys, Crazy Postman here. Well, it is extremely windy today, so if the wind screws anything up, just it's Oklahoma. We're doing Oklahoma things today. Two of the comments that come up the most is, one is people worrying about the RTK range, and the other comment is, can it climb a hill? So we're going to tackle both of those today in today's experiments. And you know, my yard is pretty flat, so you can see here lots of flat all around, and that's pretty much Oklahoma in general. You can see it's crazy windy today. Oklahoma's just doing Oklahoma things. When I woke up this morning, it was like 70 degrees, and now it's like 48 degrees with a 50 to 60 mile an hour wind. So, you know, just Oklahoma doing Oklahoma things. Anyways, I'm digressing. What we're going to do today, we are going to test Luba going up a very steep hill, and we are also going to test the range on the RTK. Now, for the RTK range, part of that test is going to be me just driving to the hill, because the hill is quite a ways away from my house. So I'm either going to drive Luba there manually, or I'm thinking I'm probably going to load it in the trailer and drive out there in the other tractor just to get there quicker. Actually, it really wouldn't be quicker because Luba goes pretty quick in manual mode, but I don't want to walk that far. So I'm going to go get on the tractor, and it is crazy windy. I don't know if this is even going to get into the video. So anyway, we'll drive out to that hill and test Luba going up and down it, and then we're going to torture test the RTK. Now, as you know, the RTK unit is on the edge of the house up there. I don't know if you can see it in this angle, but it's up there. So I'm just gonna start driving the Luba. Man, it's so windy. I'm just gonna start driving the Luba away from the RTK and see how far I can go. I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. I haven't decided, but that's what we're gonna do. So the basic way the RTK is set up is you install it on this pole that's attached to the charging station. And people are worried that if you put it on that pole, obviously, if I'm mowing on the other side of the house, will I have any issues? So I'm going to uninstall it from up there on the roof, install it down here on the pole, and then I'm going to see if I have any issues reaching the far corners of my yard or the other side of the house in the front yard that is blocked by the house here. So we're going to do some fun experiments today. Let's start by loading this big boy up in the trailer and driving out to the hill. Well, as in true postman fashion, nothing is going right. So Luba's battery's dead, even though I got it off the charger. Now, let me explain why. For some reason, over the last week, 2 or 3 times, it has failed to return home after mowing, and not quite sure why. On some of the times, it will stop in the middle. Let's see if I can even tell it to go home here while I'm talking about it. Go home. Okay, where are you going? Home is the other way. See, I already got the trailer here. I was literally gonna put it in the trailer. Where's it going? And why does it keep backing up? It's gonna hit the trailer. Okay, it's like hit the trailer now. It's trying to push the trailer. It could probably actually push this trailer. Maybe I'll rig something up and see if Luba could pull the trailer around. So let me stop this madness with the app here and pull it forward manually. Low battery, yes, I know. Oh, it has no RTK signal. Oh, that's because it was underneath the trailer. The GPS receiver is back here in the rear area, and it had, let me record this screen here. Okay, now I'm doing a screen record so you can see what's going on. Now, so I'm going to back it up manually back to where it was underneath the trailer and watch the number of satellites go down on the screen as it gets blocked here. There you go. So underneath the trailer, we don't have very good satellite reception at all for obvious reasons. You can see what that does to its position status. So when I pull it forward, let's watch what happens. Pulled it forward, and instantly the number of satellites start improving. All right, let me quit playing around with this. Let me get it back on the charging station, I guess manually. Let's see here if I can drive and hold the camera at the same time. We need to back it in. I'm gonna get it close. It's hard to hold the camera and charge and film. Now I'm going to tell it to dock automatically and see what happens. Okay, I think it knows where its home is now. It's behaving correctly. I never finished the story on why it was dead sitting there. So during the last mow it didn't return home either. It got to 2 or 3 feet in front of it. Oh look, it didn't do it again. It's pulling forward. What are you doing, Luba? What are you doing? That's what it did last time. Interesting development. Let me try to tell it to dock again. I'm hitting the charge button. All right, it's gonna start trying to charge. Let me see if I can finish this sentence real quick. That's what it did the last time. It was doing a mowing task and it came home and we found it just a few feet in front of the charging station. Okay, it backed in. Let's see what it's gonna do. And then it comes out. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here. This is a new development. This is an exciting episode. We're learning all kinds of things today. Not exactly what I thought we were going to learn. I wanted to go climb some hills and do some range tests. But let me see if I can get Luba charged up here. So it's obviously backing up and it's not making a good connection with the charger. So something's wrong here. We might have a bad design. Maybe the charge plates are dirty? You can see where it's touching there at the bottom. Let me try to wipe these off. That's not good, guys. If we're gonna have to make sure the charge connections are clean, this thing's supposed to be automated. Like, I'm installing it at a house where I don't live. It's supposed to just maintain this for me. It needs to do it automatically. I can't be around every day to check on it. Is the ultimate goal here. Those aren't really dirty. Let's tell it to go home again. Okay. Okay, it's charging now. So that's interesting. I had to wipe off the connections in order to allow it to charge. Evidently dirt or dust was blocking the charge connection. That might be a big design flaw, because it's only a few weeks or a month old at the most, and it's already not charging correctly because of the charging contacts. So I've let Luba charge for just a little bit, and this is how we're going to carry Luba out to the site where we're going to do the hill climb challenge. So I just put it back into the trailer here, and I got the phone screen recording the Luba app. We're going to be able to see how Luba behaves, how the positioning works while we're driving out there. Now, it is very cold out here. I just checked the wind chill. It's in the lower 40s. You know, I didn't expect this. I don't have a jacket. I'm already sniffling. Definitely going to be sick next week. But let's get out on the road here and get out to where the hill is. All right, so here we go. We're headed out to the hill. I will leave the screen recording going so we can see how the positioning is working on the way out to the hill. It is very windy. So the hill we're going to is just way over there. You can kind of see that's where the stop sign is. So I don't know how far away that is from the RTK antenna, but it'll be a pretty good test just for range. So once we get out there, we will see how it's receiving everything. It looks like our signal is still doing good. We got 14, 18, 17 satellites, so we'll just keep driving down the road out there. I'm gonna drive on the road so it's a little less bumpy. All right, here we go. There's gonna be a car past me. They'll probably be like, "What the heck you doing, crazy postman?" We're going full speed on the Cub Cadet. And we got a flat tire. I can already hear it down there doing flat tire noises. So it looks like we are still within RTK range. We're just cruising down the road here on the Cub Cadet. Okay, here's the hill we are going to be playing on. Oh my gosh. It's steep enough that I felt kind of sketchy. I felt kind of sketchy driving the mower sideways down it. Okay. So, this is how far away we are from the house. I don't know if you can even see the house in the video still. And this is the hill we're going to try to drive up. Now, I don't know if the camera does it justice or not, but it is pretty steep. I'm not even sure that the Cub Cadet could drive straight up this hill, but it's only halfway mowed, and I'm definitely not going to draw a zone out here to get Luba to mow it. That would just be weird. That would be funny, actually, if I drew a zone out here and then forgot to delete it, and then one day every week Luba came out here to mow this hill. That would be funny. So let's go ahead and get things set up and get Luba to try out this hill. So supposedly I'm recording everywhere now. So here's what we're gonna do. We are driving the Luba. And this is crazy. Like, I'm driving the Luba a long way away from the house here. I have no doubt it's gonna climb this hill, no problem. Even with all the grass in the way. This thing is a beast as long as it doesn't get high centered. So here we go. Let's first take a look at the position. We have good satellites and good RTK signal. It's crazy. So let's go up the hill. I'm going slow at first, and then we'll see if we need to take a run at it. That we might need to take a run at it. The grass is kind of a disadvantage here. So let's back down the hill, and now we'll take a run at it. And this isn't full speed yet. Oh, I got stuck again. All right. This grass is a big disadvantage, guys, because of its thickness. It can't get traction to climb the hill. All right, so let's bump it up to beast speed here. All right, go, Luba, go. Oh, no. It might not climb this hill, guys, unfortunately. Yeah, we are having some trouble. I didn't think we would have trouble. All right. Mark, set, go. Almost. Let's try to do it in reverse. These people are like, what are you doing? I'm only getting about halfway, and it's not going all the way up the hill. Let's try to take it at an angle. Oh, it is gonna go. Is it gonna go? Come on, Luba, climb the hill. Climb it. Climb, climb, climb. Oh, it made it. It made it up the hill, but we had to go at an angle. This thing is an off-road beast. Oh. We're sliding. We're kind of doing a drift mode here. Let me put the camera on Luba here. But here we go. If we go at an angle, we can make it. Come on, claw your way up there, Luba. Ah, didn't make it. Maybe we could find a little less extreme hill. Oh, it made it. Almost. Guys, it almost made it. We got so close on that one. Oh, come on. Oh, it got close. Let's try this one. I think it's just the grass that's the problem. So it did fine on that one. It was able to climb its way up the hill. All right, so that was kind of a fun experiment. So now we know Luba can climb a hill. Now, had this been mowed and it was just maintaining it like it should be, and it didn't have this crazy tall grass, I have no doubt that Luba could have made it up. And so if your hill is less extreme than this is like a 7 or 8 foot hill. I don't know, that's pretty high, and it's pretty steep. So now you know, if you have a hill that's less extreme than this, and you have the 4-wheel drive Luba model, you're likely to have no problem. I'm gonna take the Cub Cadet up the same part I sent the Luba up, the less severe part, and see if it can do it. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, so we've returned from the hill challenge over there. That was kind of fun. Completely unscientific, but a little bit of fun, because no Luba's gonna be driving up a hill like that going to a highway. Anyway, so we got Luba down there charging. So now the next challenge is, y'all know that I got the RTK up here on the roof. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this RTK off the roof, and we're gonna put it in a compromised location, like back over there at the charge station, like a normal install would be instead of way up here on the roof. So now, oh no, you know what? I forgot to bring the little cable. I forgot to bring the proper cable. So I'll make this work. We might have to rig something up a little bit, but the first project is I have to get this off the roof. So I'm gonna have to undo my awesome install I did with just sticking the stick in the old satellite pole and using some duct tape. So no, duck, I didn't say, not you. Well, unfortunately, I made an executive decision and we're gonna end the episode here, and to be continued next week, because to get here, it's an 80-mile round trip for me. I've said this before, and I left the cable for the RTK at my house, unfortunately. So when you remote mount the RTK like I've done, it requires a separate kit. So there's a separate power supply and a separate cable that's plugged in up there. What I need is the one that comes with it. It's just a short cable that goes from the top of the pole down to the bottom and plugs into the unit down there. That's the one I don't have. So we'll just call it an end for this episode and say this was just a hill climbing challenge episode. And I will see y'all next week for the RTK torture session. So thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Well, you got a little bonus to this episode because it is now the next day. And I had to come back because I left my camera here and I couldn't edit the video, obviously, without this camera. So when I got here, my dad said, Luba's not at the house. And you can see it's still not at the house. It has just stopped right there. We don't know why. I tried to connect to it through the app and it's not on. So I'm gonna go over there and turn it on and then tell it to go home and see if it'll go home. Now, if you remember earlier in the episode, I cleaned off the connectors here. Let's see if they're still clean or what's going on. So they kind of look still clean. Not sure. No. So, hey, there's my camera mount. Where are you going, Luba? Come here. I need that anyway. Okay. We'll get that in a minute. But you can tell Luba's powered down because you can move it freely a lot easier than if it was turned on. So Luba is not on at all right now, but I don't know why. So let's go ahead and hit the power button. Okay. And then I'm going to tell it to go home and start and see if it goes home. Oh, there it goes. There's my... It's searching for home, but it's not anywhere near its home. Its home is over here. And it's searching for its home. With the infrared, I would imagine. Is it just going to keep backing up forever? This is the same thing it did yesterday when it ran into the trailer. It's messed up. It ain't doing the right thing. It's looking for its infrared signal from the base. But why doesn't it know where the base is? Because of the GPS. And I guess it just gave up. Let me check the app again. Okay, I manually moved it over here in front of the dock and then told it to go home again, and now it's reversing into the dock, into the correct place. Alright, it's charging. Alright, so we have a few ideas real quick. The main pathway between the backyard and the front yard is this little strip of grass right here. So it has to drive right there every time to go to the front yard because its charging station is right here. Well, when it got to about right there, it stopped and it said positioning error, that it couldn't find the charging station. Well, that's the problem. There's a tree blocking the GPS, evidently, right above this pathway that it uses to go between the front yard and the backyard. I don't know this for a fact, but that's the only thing I can think of right now, is maybe this tree is blocking enough of the GPS that it's just getting stuck right there and it can't move anymore. Is that enough to block the GPS satellites? I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to do some more experimenting, but Luba keeps stopping right there. So anyway, I just want to report the good and the bad. This is a work in progress for me as well. And this is definitely a beta product right now. I want to report on the good things and the bad things, just so everybody knows exactly what they're getting into. I would hate for anybody to think I recommend something and then not be truthful about, you know, any problems that crop up. We'll see what goes on here, and maybe they can tell me exactly why it stopped. And it hasn't been just right there. I've had it stop on me a few times this week. One of the times, it's in the middle of the front yard. It was, you know, just out here in the middle of the front yard one morning. But I'm going to go ahead and get this error report sent, and I will see y'all probably next weekend with another Luba video, and I'll report anything that's happened this week. Next week's video is going to be a fun one, kind of like this one was. Not too scientific, just out having fun. Next week's video, I'm going to torture test the RTK system and see if I can still get around the whole property with the antenna just sticking here on the pole like it's supposed to be. So thanks for watching this episode. I hope we get these bugs squashed, but I will let y'all know and see y'all in the next one. A little behind the scenes here. I'm recharging my camera with the charger built into the electric lawnmower. I just thought that was funny. So wow, he's coming through at warp speed. Duck, backyard, stay in the backyard. Okay, the Luba's out here doing its thing. You better move, duck. It's gonna get you.